Okay, so today we're going to mix up some Jamila 2010, one of my favorite crops, a regular 1/4 cup recipe, and this is how I like to mix it up. This is my new favorite recipe. So this is my 1 tablespoon measuring spoon, and there are 4 of these in a 1/4 cup, so I'm just going to go to town here. Don't mind the heavy breathing, it's the pregnancy. And so I've got my 1/4 cup of Jamila. Now I know that I'm going to want at least 2 teaspoons of sugar in this. I like to use fructose. There's 1 teaspoon, and there's 2 teaspoons. This is my Now brand fructose. It's a 3-pound bag. I get it for $5, and I go through 2 of those a year, maybe. Whoops, sorry. Now some oils. This is my certified organic essential oils. It's labeled tea tree, but I've mixed this out half tea tree, half lavender, and that's true lavender. And I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of that. Dump that in. Now I'm going to play. I've got some rosemary, cajeput, cardamom, niaouli, and bergamot, and I'm going to add little bits of those in there too to make up the next teaspoon. I like that. A little bit of playing here. I've got to add some of that cardamom. It's a little bit scant, it doesn't really matter. It's close enough. And last but not least, a little bit of bergamot. And in it goes. Next is the lemon juice, and I've got my certified organic lemon juice from Costco. That I'm going to use approximately the same amount of lemon juice as henna. Normally I don't measure, I just pour, but oh, and I forgot my spatula. Ruth, can you bring and grab me the spatula? Please, honey. I'll send a minion.
Yes, minion. Yes, my boss.
Silly girl. Alright, so we're just going to mix this up. One batch of henna mixed up. You see, it just takes a few minutes. We are going to put plastic wrap on it. I've already mixed up, oh, I don't know, a lot of batches of henna tonight for my other tests, so I am out of rocks, believe it or not, to weight this down, so I'm going to use a votive candle holder tonight. I'm just going to make sure that the saran wrap is pressed well down to get all the air out there. This is my method. Your method may vary, but this works for me. I'm going to take my paper towel, set it on top. I'm going to take my handy dandy votive candle holder, set it on top, and we're good to go. I'll set this with all the other hennas that are dye releasing, and we'll check it in a few hours. Well, this is Jamila. We'll check it tomorrow. All right, we are going to cone up my henna mix. This is my favorite mix of the Now. And I'm going to thin out the paste, and we will pop it in a carrot bag. First, I'll check my paper towel. You can see that I do have a nice orange stain there, and that indicates that I have had a good dye release and that this henna is ready to go. Remove the plastic wrap. Today I'm going to thin this paste out with some rose water that I picked up at our local Middle Eastern grocery. I like the scent that it gives, and it doesn't affect the stain in any way, so it's just using it for smell. Before I add, I want you to take a look at the henna. We've got a dark surface, and if I scrape against that dark surface, can see a lighter surface underneath, and that also indicates that there's been good dye release. As it's coming off the spoon, it's ribboning, and it is slumping a bit, but that stack is still pretty defined. You can see the little curly cues on top. They didn't slump down, so I know that I still need a little bit more liquid. Ribbons right off the spoon, and all my stacks slump down. There we go. You can see the stack and the slump. Okay, so I have thinned my henna paste with rose water. The purpose of that is just how good it smells. My henna paste is at the perfect consistency, and we're ready to strain. I'm going to strain because I can see there's a few little lumps left. Just happens sometimes when you're not a vigorous mixer, and I don't tend to be. I'm going to make sure that my nylon sock is nice and low in my carrot bag. I don't want it up too high. Jiggle that down there. I'm going to grip tightly and start to pull. So here I have strained, and I should have worn gloves because I'm going to now show you. I've strained my 1/4 cup of henna mixture, and I really have nothing left at the end. It's virtually empty. There's maybe a teaspoon at most, maybe 3/4 teaspoon of henna that didn't go through. So I know my paste will be perfectly creamy and smooth. Okay, now we are going to cone up the henna. I've got it in my carrot bag, and it's ready to go. I've got my little tin where I'll put all of my open henna cones. Just need to clip the end here. Start filling. This is a little larger cone. And if you notice, the henna did not go anywhere near down to the bottom, which is fine. It only filled from about here to here. And that's fine for me. I don't worry about that. I'm using my spare cones from the henna testing that I did. Here's another cone. This one is smaller. And again, you can see that, whoops, that I'm making a mess. Know that the henna doesn't go all the way to the tip. I filled from here to here. I have a good space there, almost 2 fingers, almost 2 finger widths of space at the top. I'm just going to wipe that off there. And I will keep filling. All right, that was my last one. Got a little messy there. And I will start taping. I'm going to put a piece of tape across the top and press it shut. Notice I've got a little flap there. I want to make sure that's good and secure. I can see that since this was the last cone, it's kind of squishy, wanting to come out on me. Made a bit of a mess. No big whoop-de-doo. Tape will take care of that. And there's our henna cone. Nice, neat, tiny little cone with a good sharp point, full of henna, ready to decorate. I want to thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you enjoyed them. Feel free to message me if you have any questions or comments. I look forward to hearing from you.